Today on Too Many Projects Garage, we've got lots of batteries that I found in my shop that I've collected over the years. We're gonna see how many we can save using the DC welder trick. All right, so first battery we've got 15 batteries here, by the way. Lots and lots of batteries, loads of them. It's like a sea of them. Just from like over the last 15 years of collecting batteries. We're gonna check each battery and see if they've got any voltage. As you can see, it's only got 0.79 of a volt. So it's gonna be kind of fun trying to save that one. Let's see, that one came out of a car that we're working on. So if we could save it, that would be epic. This one only has 0.07, oh my God. It's gonna be rough. But hey, if we could save some, that'd be awesome. That one has 1, that's better than that might be savable. This one has 11. Now this one we've already kind of fiddled with trying to charge it, but we haven't done the welder trick to it, so you guys will see what that's like here in a little bit. This one's got 1.7, probably savable. Front post battery here. Ooh, 9. I think this one's gonna definitely be savable, I'm fairly sure. Where's the little, I think we have to take off the sticker to get to that one though. That one there, that the multimeter setting on that one has 4. I think that one's definitely savable. I mean, I think honestly, if it has more than like a volt, I think we could maybe save it. We'll see. 0.2, oof, that one's rough. Ooh, 1.16. Yeesh. All right, what's that one got? 1.7, not bad. All little small batteries I've just collected from like my mowers and crap over the years. 1.6, 1.1. This one we literally found in the backyard, literally buried up to like here in the dirt. So if we save this one, it'll be a miracle. It has 0.3 volts though. That's better than some of the other batteries. That's crazy for being literally buried in the dirt. This one has 0.48. And last one, 4.2. So I think any of the ones that are over like 3 volts, we probably could do something with, but I'll be surprised if we're able to save like this one especially, and some of the ones that are down to like nothing. So should be fun though. What do you think?
I think so. I think let's wheel the cart over here and get started.
We got this cart. I'll wheel it over. And we're gonna throw a couple batteries that we're gonna work on first, along with the welder, hook the welder up, and we're gonna blast these basically. And we'll talk about more on how it works and why it works here in a moment. All right, guys, so what we're doing, this is the concept. I've never done this before. This is an experiment on my part, but I have so many batteries to do. It's like if we mess up a few, oh well, you know what I mean? But basically how it works is you hook the negative clamp from this stick welder onto the negative terminal, positive on the positive terminal, and we're just gonna blast it with like a crap load of amps. And we're gonna fill up the distilled water in here because that does evaporate over time. And the theoretical thing is we're going to get rid of the sulfation from the lead plates that are inside the batteries. What happens is over time, just sitting or whatever, sulfates, they get on the lead plates, kind of coats it, and then it doesn't allow the battery to work like it should, the cells and whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically blast off the sulfation. At least we're gonna try, and hopefully rejuvenate the battery. I do have a battery tester, so we'll test it after the fact, and we'll get a load tester and test it as well, just to see how they do after we do it. Now, right now, they don't do anything. As you saw, we have like no volts on any of these batteries, and they've been sitting for years and years. You could just see, this one looks horrible. So we're gonna clean this battery off, and we're gonna connect these, and we're gonna blast it after we put the distilled water in, of course. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pop off these caps here so we can get access to the electrolyte. Ooh, it's a little dirty I'm putting in there. We might wanna carefully clean that off. And we're gonna fill it up to the top, as you can see if you look down in there. It's kind of hard to tell. We should get a light so we can show you guys. But yeah, it's gonna be very low. All right, guys, we've got access to inside of here. As you can see, there's very little liquid in the battery, which is a major, actually there's like none in there. So what we're gonna do is top it off with the distilled water. Once it's topped off, then we can blast it. All right, we're all cleaned up. We're gonna go ahead and fill up these basically to the top, or not quite to the top, but pretty close, because we don't want them to overflow, because it does boil, basically. We're doing the typical boil the batteries technique, you know? It's not gonna stand there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to set this up.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Perfect. We get a little funnel out so we don't spill it everywhere. And we're going to fill these puppies up. Curious how much it'll take. Shouldn't take too much, but it'll take a little bit.
I feel like it might take a lot. It's pretty low.
That's true. Dang, yeah, you're right. Keep in mind, this is a really, really old battery. Well, after we fill up the water, we'll let it sit for a second and we'll just see what the voltage is at. You know, it'd be kind of interesting to see if it changed before and after the water. All right, we got her all filled up. Let's go ahead and put the clamps on and I guess get started. All right, let's see what the voltage is like with the water in. I think it's about the same as it was. I'll post what it was before on the screen.
Thinking we should probably cap this and shake it a bit.
All right, we can try. All right, we got the 2 clamps. We're gonna put the negative on the negative.
You have the ground.
We're gonna go ahead and put these clamps on. We've got the negative clamp, which is like any kind of negative clamp for a welder. Stick it on there real good. Make sure it's making a good connection. And then we're gonna stick the positive, which on bigger batteries, we can't directly connect it because it's meant to connect the stick, but we can do it on these because they have flat blade things. So, all right, we're gonna pop these caps back off and we are going to carefully, do not stick your eyeballs over the holes, watch it boil and see how it does. And we'll see what the solution is or what the outcome will be. Let's go ahead and flip this on. All right, she's on. And they're connected. And all we got to do, I think, is just turn up the voltage, right?
The amperage, I think.
Or that's what I mean, amperage.
Let's start at like...
Start at 40?
50?
Or 50? Okay. And we're going to look for bubblage inside of the holes. I don't see anything changing yet.
Yeah.
But it might take a minute. And basically, we're going to let this boil for about 5 minutes. Let it fully come to a rest. And then cycle it every so often. So it should be cool. That's the technique, as they say.
I'm going to turn it up to like 80.
Curious if we're making a good connection. See any bubbling yet? Oh, I think I saw some bubbling.
I think I did too.
Yep, you can see it kind of flash on the cameras. Nice. All right, we're gonna let it do its thing. Ooh, things are happening. You can kind of see some vapors coming out. Well, at least in person you can. It's very tough to see, but oh yeah, there you go. There's the vapor. You can kind of see it doing its thing. So we've got a few more minutes of letting it do its thing. Then we'll let it sit for about 10 minutes and then we'll do it for 5 more minutes. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. We've killed it. We're gonna check the voltage to see where it's at. I'm curious. You know, it was basically dead before, and we'll see what it looks like. Oh, we're up to 5 now. That's promising.
That is promising.
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and give it a minute to rest, and we'll do it again. All right, guys, we got another 5-minute cycle completed, and it's bubbling a little bit. Here, shine the light over there.
Yep.
Oh, I'm being blinded. And you can see bubbling happening here. So we're gonna call it, we don't wanna wear out the duty cycle of this thing, so. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes of doing this. Let's see where we're at when it comes to the voltage. What do we got? Ooh, getting up there, almost to 7. So we're gonna call it, we're gonna give it a break here. We're gonna go get a load tester from Harbor Freight because we do wanna check the load on the batteries and make sure they're actually where they're supposed to be, So we've done this cycled 3 times at 5 minutes each. Let it cool. We're gonna go ahead and cap it off, set it down here on this piece of wood with next to my battery charger, and we're gonna charge it up to 12 volts, and we'll see what it does. It'll be kind of interesting. And we'll start on another battery. We'll start on this Honda battery down there. That one right there. All right, charging it up. Now, the other one was totally dead. This one actually has a decent amount of voltage on it. Well, it had a decent amount of voltage on it. No, I don't think you're pushing it hard enough. I think it's just, yeah. It has still a decent amount of voltage on it. Yeah, like 9 volts or more. And so we're going to hopefully, and we were able to charge it up to 12 volts earlier. We just ran the load tester on it, and that's probably why it's down to 9 volts, just because there's not much capacity in it right now. And this one's one I got out of a project car, which we're going to show later on the channel. And if we can recover this battery, that'd be awesome because we can throw it back in the car that we got it from. So, all right. Oh yeah, let's use the tool that we have. I bought one of these. We're going to clean the poopy out of these. I like these things. Oops, dropped it. That's clean enough, I think. Go ahead and slap it on there. And oh yeah, we got to put the distilled water in. Durr.
I think this one's still full.
Oh yeah, we filled this one up.
Yeah.
But we want to take the caps off. So we're going to go ahead and run this one just like we did before, and we'll let you know how it turns out. All right, this one's working way better. Look at that. 2 of those are really going. And it's stinky. Yeah. Way stinky. It's getting intense. We might want to... It's boiling over. Turn it down a little. It's getting a little too intense. We have to put this one at way less amperage. I think it's because it's fully charged. Or it's way up in the charge at 9 volts or whatever. So we're gonna let it run like this, kind of settle down, and then we'll slowly creep up on the voltage as the 5 minutes run out. So we'll see. This one is promising. The cauldron is bubbling. Look at that. If I put it up to like 60, it really starts going. Whoa! Okay, back to 40. Oh God. All right, we've done a couple cycles here, and we're at a little over 12 volts, which is good. Very promising.
Before, it would go down to 4 volts when we try the load tester.
Yeah, but look at that. We're in the weak territory now. So all we got to do, ooh, that's getting warm.
Yep.
All we got to do now is just do it another couple times, and we're probably going to do it up to 6 times here. So keep in mind, it's a lot that we're doing, and then hopefully we'll get it back up into the green area. Woo! Now, I want to give you some backstory on this. This is over 10 years old, this battery. Like, I think it had like 2013 date on it. So, or something, or 2015, I can't remember, but it's really old.
I think it was 50.
Yeah, 2015. So, I mean, if we can get this to come back, that's going to be freaking amazing. Like 10 years sitting. It was hooked up inside of a car with the terminals on it for over 10 years. So you know it's been drained really badly. So if we can get it to come back, that would be pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie. All right, guys, we're up to try number 5 here. We're gonna test it with our little battery tester, which I actually found about this one from Project Farms. Ooh, we're at 13.5.
It's only half charge. I think we should charge it up now.
217 cold cranking amp. So it's like 2/5 of the way there.
Yeah, but this might change if we put a little charge on it.
Yeah, let's get it on the charger, and then if we have to do it again, we will. All right, so we've got it on the good old dumb battery charger, and we're going to blast it with quite a bit of amps just to see if we can get it up to charge, like actually fully charge, and then test it with the little battery tester. Next thing we're going to do, though, is the really old battery that was sitting in halfway buried in the ground. And we'll see if we can get it to do anything at all. Right now, it's quite bulgy on the side, as you can see, and it's just extremely covered in dirt just because it was in the ground. My fiance dug it out of the ground. She found it in there. Superstar 800 Ultra. Wow. Look at that. What is that? Free 24-hour emergency roadside service. Oh, pretty cool. Now we're going to clean off the little stickers, and we're going to see. It's like archaeology right now. Whoa. We have no idea what date it is. Supposed to have 825 cold crank, or 800.
Last digit year sold 6.
You think it's like 2006?
I think it's 2000.
Or maybe 1996. It is really old. Like, it's been around a long time.
96, because this house is from 98, right?
Well, this house has been here since the 80s. Well, I mean, the property has. My grandpa's lived here since the 80s. They just put the house on the property until in 2024 or 2004.
Yeah.
So it may be as far back as like the 90s when they lived in the old house that was here before they replaced it. So, but yeah, anyways, we're going to go ahead and pop these caps open, fill it with distilled water, and we'll see if we can get it to do anything at all. But judging by the fact that it's so bulgy, kind of scares me a little bit. So we're going to stand back when we turn on the welder. All right, time to pop the caps off. We're going to pop a cap in this battery. Ooh, that's a little grody looking. Totally dry. I'm not surprised at all, just because of the fact that it's been sitting for probably longer, most of my lifetime, I'll be honest. It smells a little not great. So we're gonna fill it up with water. Woohoo! All right, we're gonna start this off low. We got the welder down here. Get on 40, and just in case it exploded. All right, here we go. Pretty quiet so far. Nothing exploded yet, but keep in mind this is a really, 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 really old battery. So it's probably gonna need a lot of amperage, I'm sure. All right, so we have it set at 180 amp, and we're like letting it full send. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's the max that this can go. We're gonna run it for 5 minutes. See if we can get any charge in that battery at all. It had basically nothing in it, maybe like 0.4, I think it was. So basically nothing. So we're gonna see if we can get something in it. Wow, we got it up to 11 volts somehow. I'm sure it's like got 0 cold cranking amps though. But it's actually taking a charge somehow, which is crazy to me. We're gonna try out the tester, but I'm not holding out hope that it's gonna do much of anything really. Yeah. Might immediately just kill it. Yeah, it just immediately died. Negative a billion cold cranking amps. Wow. We had it on there for 5 minutes at that high amperage, so it's probably not good. I'm guessing it's unsavable. I'm not surprised. But we'll run it a few more times just to see if we can get anything to happen. It wasn't bubbling really hardly at all. So we're going to let this cool down for a minute, let the duty cycle on that come back, and we'll be back to run it again. We're having a little bit of mixed results with this battery. It's down to like 13 resistance, so internal resistance. It's not quite down to the single digits was what we want. So we might run it a few more times, but we'll let you guys know here in a little bit if we have any luck with that. While we were doing this, we noticed that this battery, she dead, Jim. It is cracked on the back there, unfortunately, and it's leaking on the bottom. So it is bad. So we're gonna go and set this outside and just let it leak out, basically. Unfortunate, but were we surprised? I don't think we were. This thing was honestly a lost cause, in my opinion. So say bye-bye to Ancient Battery. Bye-bye. And say hello to one of the other batteries after doing baking this one a little bit more. We got her bumped up to 160. She's a bubbling. She's a cauldroning. And hopefully we don't destroy the battery. But we'll see. All right, we're gonna let her sit for a second. She's getting up to about 150-ish degrees, so pretty warm. We did have the amperage set to 160, so we were really going hard on it. So fingers crossed, the internal resistance will lower down enough that we can hopefully charge it more consistently and it'll hold its charge. All right, so we're gonna let the Honda battery cool down and we're gonna pick out this EverStart. This one's from 2022, so I have the most hope for this one. Like out of all the batteries that we're doing, this one seems like it's gonna be the best because it's so new. Honda battery, probably not as much, I would say, because it's about 10 years old, but we did get it up to about 200 cold cranking amps, which is enough to start the car. So, or at least try to start a car. It's very, very dirty. All right, you want me to pick this up? Pick this one up, set it up here. Ooh, it's heavy. Yeah. And we got to take off the sticker to get to the little holes that are in there. So let's get that done and we'll get it all hooked up, and here in a second you'll see it hooked up. Check it out, guys. The Honda battery now says good recharge. Yes, awesome. We let it cool down a little, and actually the act of cooling it down I think helped it. Now it's showing internal resistance only at 6, and yeah, so now we're just gonna charge it up and hopefully, fingers crossed, it stays good. All right, so we have this one on. This is a 2022 battery, and unfortunately, it seems like we got a bad cell. So, and it was smelling a little burny, and one of them wasn't boiling like it should. So we're thinking, unfortunately, even though this is one of the newest batteries, it's got a bad cell, and it does say there on this tester, 0% charge, 5% healthy, bad cell. So we're thinking this one's not worth fixing. We got two totally bad ones out of this so far. That little battery over there, it didn't say bad cell on it, but it's not one to take a charge. We might blast it a couple more times to see if we can bring it back, but no guarantees. Anyways, off with that one.
On to the next.
On to the next one. We'll let you guys know as soon as we're done doing this one if it is successful. All right, y'all, we swapped the battery out. The Honda battery that was in the sedan out for the other Honda battery. So we'll see if it starts. It started. Now the question is, will it keep working, in a few days or not? We'll just have to see. So that other battery is looking a little sad, and we're thinking it may not be good, but we're kind of wanting to try this out a little bit. It's got 3 volts, was in the Del Sol, so we're gonna go ahead and try it instead. We're just kind of cycling through and see if we can get a good battery very quickly. I think the one that was in the Focus is gonna require a little bit more effort. All right, guys, as you can see, it's not outside. We've spent many hours messing with these batteries, charging them up, blasting them, boiling them, whatever you want to call it. And we have one definitive, or we're thinking definitive, good one. And it was that Honda battery. It seemed like it was the one that was reforming the best, and we were able to put it in the sedan, and it runs and drives. It starts, no problem. So we'll see how that one holds up over the week. We're thinking it will hold up well. Now, these ones here, we just got done with those. This one we're thinking is probably going to be likely good, but we'll see. We're putting it on the charger overnight to see what it does. Same thing with this one. These ones over here are a little iffy. This one I'm thinking is a no-go. It's probably not any good, but it is one of the oldest small batteries we have, and it was the first one we tried. And then this one, we're thinking it's like a 50-50 chance on that, and same with this one. So we're not sure if those are going to be savable, but we'll have to we're going to leave them on the charger for a while, and then we may reboil them again, hopefully in the next couple days. And then we had 2 definitive 100% mega failures, maybe 3. One had a bad cell, and the other one had a cracked case. So what are you going to do about those? Not much. But that's it. And oh yes, and we couldn't get to these today. There's just too many. There's so many batteries, it's impossible to get through them all. So maybe next we'll do a part 2 video if you guys are interested. Let us know. And of course we can show you what the follow-up on the other ones are at that time. But that's it for today. We'll see you guys next time on Too Many Projects Garage.